everybody. We're still at the Women of Wisdom Conference. It is so great to have you join us here today. I get to talk to some amazing people from all walks of life, and I've been doing this for about 13 years. Kym, thank you for joining me here today. You know, people have not even heard about the Women of Wisdom across the country, and yet this has been, I guess, our sort of well-kept secret in a way. What do you think is happening in the world right now in terms of our level of awareness to be more of a community?
To be more of a community in the world. Well, I really feel that the women of the world are uniting. I feel like what's happening in India with their new leader and how he is speaking out against violence against women, and what is happening in our own country is just overpowering. You know, it's almost like we're experiencing a new revolution.
Yeah, we are,
of women.
aren't we? Yeah.
And I just spent a day and a half with Jean Shinoda Boland.
Right.
And she is just tirelessly working to bring the 5th International Women's Congress to pass, because there hasn't been another one since 1995.
Why do you think that is? I mean, I know Jean. We've interviewed her many times. But what do you think? Is it resistance, or what do you think it is? People just not having time, or we don't think it's important?
I think in the States and Canada, in some of the Western world, in Europe, women believe that they have got what they needed.
Right.
And so it's really hard for them to see outside their own bubble.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what is going on, you know. How can I meet the needs of my children, my partner, my business? How can I do my self-care? And it's the self-love piece that I think that is kind of bringing us all back together. Plus, we're seeing the violence. We're hearing about it in so many different ways. I mean, there's stuff I learned on Facebook that I'd never even heard of going on, that I'm just appalled at. And so there's the communication worldwide is really empowering women again.
You know what's fascinating to me is, you know, I grew up in the 60s during the Vietnam era, and what I'm really struck by is how journalists were very open about bringing what they saw to the media. You know, I don't think a day would go by where, you know, we weren't seeing pictures from Vietnam or pictures from, you know, places in the world. And someone said to me, well, what do you think is happening? I said, I don't know. We've been in Afghanistan and we've been in Iraq. And you know, there's a different level of media. I don't know if the public doesn't want to see things that are going on there. But I literally remember growing up in an era where those kinds of things that were presented caused you to rise up. Whether you're on one side or the other, caused you to rise up. Do you think that perhaps our media is being slanted in one way or the other, or are we just not getting the kind of realistic information we need to make informed decisions as women?
Well, I think that it is partially that. You know, a lot of the public radio stations are really struggling with their membership. People feel like they get so much from their iPad, their iPhone, their Xbox, from every type of screen, that it's almost like you can read about something and then out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
You know, I can put it away. My husband and I are one of the few couples that we know, or people, who still read the newspaper.
Right, right.
But now we only get the newspaper 4 days a week instead of 7.
Right. I have a friend gets it Sunday.
Right.
Gets a paper on Sunday, but still gets it, right.
Right, and I think the Koch brothers are buying up a lot of media.
Yeah,
Google's buying, I mean, just big corporations. But living in Portland, we have the do-it-yourself community. And so small businesses across the country and around the world are really making an impact in that. So it's not like I'm disillusioned or disheartened by the corporations,
Right.
knowing that there's an underground movement, again, that's going to rise up.
Yeah. What do you think that our theme this year is, one of our themes is a better world, creating a better world. You know, being here and being part of this is certainly part of it. 2008, I came out with a phrase where I said, you know, we are different now. We're creating a new mainstream in radio and media. It is a new mainstream. And someone said to me, what does that mean? And I says, well, what it means is, you know, it doesn't leave people out. You know, you can probably listen to the Dr. Pat show and watch the Kardashians and be the same person, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that people, generation after generation, have changed to the point where they can start to see what's going on in the world?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
In the era of my grandparents, both sides of my grandparents were politically involved.
Yes, okay.
And they were both sides of my my one set of grandparents was Democrat and my other was very Republican.
Right, mine too.
Yeah. But they were involved.
Yeah.
They believed in the Constitution. They believed in people's rights. And now I think a lot of people take our rights until it hits home.
Yeah.
They take advantage of them.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm seeing in Portland right now is we love our city.
Yes.
And so lots of people are coming to our city. But what is coming to our city is other people's beliefs from where they left.
Right.
And so I think there's some of that infiltrates into what information we want to take in.
Now, you're a presenter here as well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what brought you here and what your gift is that you're sharing with folks.
Well, let's see. What brought me here? You know, I can't even remember. It was probably 1997.
Yeah. Right.
I came, and then I didn't come again till 2003.
Yeah.
And then it was 2010. And then I've been here ever since. But what brought me here was coming back to a tribe.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing, right?
It's an amazing tribe of women. I live in Portland. There is not a tribe like this in Portland.
Yeah. It's special.
It's
really
a
special.
very special place. And so I share soul collage, and this is the first year I'm sharing laughter yoga.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I believe in the power of laughter and joy as part of the source that we have within us. And with everything coming at us from the outside in, it's hard to experience that. And so one of the ways to do it is through laughter. And I just find that it helps me to change my mind. It helps other people to change their minds. It helps to uplift the mood. It helps to shift.
Yeah,
it's
really amazing. Yeah, I mean, laughter goes back before any of the things we're talking about here. It really, you know, it's timeless in our worlds, in our life. You know, what do you see as the vision? What do you see for yourself, for the world? You know, what do you see us coming together and continuing to do here as women?
As coming together here as women?
Coming together here, or coming together in general in the world. What do you see us creating?
Oh boy, I see us creating a lot more support for one another.
Yeah.
I mean, deep support, not just the let me bring you a meal support, but a deeper support that connects us back to the earth, because we ain't going to survive without the earth.
No, we're not.
And so it's coming back to more of a natural sense. And one thing that I'm passionate about is the outdoor school program. And because children are not being exposed to nature.
Yeah.
And I know for
That's
myself
really sad.
and for a lot of women, our connection comes from being in touch with the dirt and the trees and the water and the air and the plants and the animals.
Yeah, it's really sad what's really happening. Yes, I understand we live in a world of technology and how that's growing, but I also understand we also live on the earth.
We do.
And, you know, talking about the earth is not or cannot become a lost art in science, right?
Right.
Thank you for joining me here today. I have one last question. First, tell everybody how they can find out more about you. And then, you know, I want to know what your personal message is. What would you like to leave us with here today?
Okay. Wow. Okay, you can find me at ignitechangecoaching.com. And my personal message is to allow the joy that is naturally within you, to be aware of that, and to express it in some small way every day with somebody else, and to be grateful. I think that is where a lot of my joy comes from, is in gratitude.
Me too. Boy, I know it. You know, someone once said to me a long time ago, fear and gratitude cannot coexist.
Ah.
They cannot coexist.
Fear
So
and
if we
gratitude.
choose gratitude, we don't have to worry about eliminating fear.
Ooh.
Believe me, I tried to get them to coexist. It is impossible. Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. And I love the shirt.
Ah, thank you.
All right.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, we'll be right back, everyone.